We're here at the Gahanna Fairgrounds for the Dispatch Fall Home Show featuring special guest Guy Fieri. Let's go take a look. On September 9th, the 14th annual Dispatch Fall Home Show was held. But this was no typical home show. In addition to the many great home product vendors at the show, this year's show added a new attraction, Pet Alley. Pet Alley gave a section of the exhibition to pet vendors and pet shows to take center stage. I got to speak with one of the organizers of the show over the phone and ask him how Pet Alley got started.
Well, we were looking for a new idea to freshen up a zone within the show, and we noticed that this lady published a pet magazine distributed to veterinary clinics and hospitals and doctors. So we just started having a conversation. She's from Pittsburgh. She had done some events over there. And the more we talked, the more we thought, gosh, this makes sense. So we put a partnership together. We both kind of worked on it. She took the lead because she's an expert in that space. She made the connections, did the programming. There was a stage. There was a grooming demo area. There was an agility demo area, and she programmed that for the entire run of the show when we were open.
While having all these attractions was great, the real star of the show was special guest Guy Fieri.
I've never had anybody that doesn't like a little leftovers.
Guy held a special cooking demonstration and answered questions from the crowd.
There's another one. There's 5.
I asked Mr. Zonars how the team was able to get Guy Fieri to come to the show.
And I think this took 10 weeks to put together. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We finally agreed on, essentially you agree on the deal terms, like how much you're going to pay him and what he's going to do and how many promos he's going to do in advance and how many shows he's going to do at the event and is he going to do a VIP meet and greet or not.
This year's Fall Home Show was definitely a fun event, and having Guy Fieri there made the show even more special. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV. Some of the most important and formative years of a child's life take place during the preschool years. Having a strong preschool environment is very important for a child, and the brand new preschool located at Clark Hall has created a great learning space for children. This newly renovated space is the first of its kind here at Gahanna, offering children many new opportunities for learning. I talked to one of the teachers at the preschool and asked her what makes this new school different from past preschools.
The nice thing about this year, with this being our first year at Clark Hall, is that everybody's together. So previously we were split up originally we were broken up between 3 different elementary buildings with 2 preschool classrooms in each building. Then we moved and combined 4 classes all together at one building and had 2 separately. And so this is our first year having all 7 classrooms housed within the same building. It's been a huge benefit for the program, for the kids, for the staff. I think we have a really positive preschool community and culture here. It's very preschool friendly, age appropriate, so there's lots of things just within the environment that are very suited towards the preschool kids, and so we can really tailor everything towards our population of students.
Moving all of the students into the same preschool environment streamlines the education process for the administration and teachers while giving the students a better place to learn and grow. One of the benefits of having a space fully devoted to preschool students is the ability to create tailor-made classrooms, playgrounds, and free spaces to meet the students' needs. Ms. Irwin explained what a typical day for these preschoolers is like.
We sit down for a whole group lesson at circle time, go over the daily schedule, the expectations for the day, and what their activities will be. In my classroom, then we go out to the playground, so we take a little gross motor break, get some of that movement out, and then we come back in and do small group centers.
Early education is essential for giving children a great start, and the preschool at Clark Hall is giving preschoolers everything they need to grow and thrive. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV. Over the summer, I was given the very special opportunity to fly out to Washington, D.C. and attend the Al Newharth Free Spirit and Journalism Conference. There were a total of 51 students present at the event, with 1 student chosen from each state and the District of Columbia. The conference was centered around all the different forms of journalism, from writing to photography and broadcast. Each of us got to attend many special speeches and meet notable people within the journalism industry.
It's
caught much quicker because the microphones are right. There's much more, it's louder. It's a heck of a lot louder being that close to the president. So because of that, television hates it.
Washington Post, New York Times, all of these print reporters are on TV all the time. And all of these TV reporters are writing digital text pieces that look just like newspaper stories. We all have to know how to do all the same things now.
Because whatever story you're working on doesn't have the immediate impact, doesn't cause people to immediately rise up in outrage over whatever outrage you discover. That doesn't mean it doesn't matter. And that was not the lesson of 2016 from my perspective at all. Our job was to give people information about the two candidates so they could be informed when they went to the voting booth. We did that. We did our job, the voters did their job.
Meeting these notable figures helped us to gain connections and ask for advice about journalism and other future career choices.
Is there anything you regret doing?
In addition to meeting all of these amazing people, we were given a chance to witness real journalism in action by getting exclusive behind-the-scenes tours of USA Today, NBC Studios, and more. We also were given an extensive visit to the museum and were able to see the rich history of journalism. Overall, getting to travel to Washington, D.C., see and experience all of the amazing museum and Museum Institute has to offer was truly incredible and humbling. Attending the Al Newhart Free Spirit and Journalism Conference was both an amazing and informative experience that I will never forget. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV. Today, I'm here to tell you about Gahanna Bridges. No, not these bridges. The Gahanna Bridges I'm talking about is a new charity program helping to bring the community of Gahanna together. The mission of Gahanna Bridges is to utilize technology and make charitable giving easier. The process is simple. If you know someone who has a need, go to GahannaBridges.org and submit a form detailing the need. Then, Gahanna residents can visit the website and fill the needs posted. While still a fairly new program, this organization has already begun having profound impacts on the community of Gahanna. Area Director Ron Smith explains some of the impact this program has had.
Gahanna Bridges has been amazing for the city of Gahanna and the Gahanna area since we started in November 1st. We've done over 100 acts of kindness just in 2.5 months, and it's been pretty amazing, totaling over $3,500 in donated items and things that people have been able to benefit from just in that short period of time. Neighborhood Bridges, in a little over a year, has done over 4,300 acts of kindness just in a year, and so it is something that's continuing to grow and be pretty amazing.
Some of the needs that have been filled include furniture for victims of fire, clothing for multiple families, and even a car that has been donated to a family in need. So how did this program begin? Ron Smith discusses the origins of this charity.
Gahanna Bridges is a part of Neighborhood Bridges, and Neighborhood Bridges started in January of 2017, and it's a little bit over a year old now, and it started in Westerville, and Gahanna is the second city to be under the Neighborhood Bridges umbrella. And it all started in a way that people can help people throughout Central Ohio, and we're currently now in 8 communities all around Central Ohio.
From food to school supplies and even vehicles, the charitable residents of Gahanna are coming together to support the community. And you too can help our Gahanna community.
I would really encourage anyone that wants to help out do these acts of kindness to go to GahannaBridges.org and sign up to be on the bridge. And what that simply means is you're notified whenever there's a need that's posted.
Gahanna Bridges has truly helped to bring people together. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV. As the leaves change color and the air cools, Gahanna prepares itself for all of the annual fall festivities. One of the biggest events this fall is Creepside. Creepside is run by the Parks and Recreation Department at the city and requires a lot of work to put on. Throughout the Creekside area, there are many different games and stations where kids can collect candy. But this event is not just for the kids. With many different vendors present at the event, there is something for everyone in the family to enjoy. One of the defining characteristics of Creepside is all the different costumes people wear to the event. While a lot of work goes into making Creepside a success, city employees say it is all worth it.
It gives you great social experience. I would not be so confident to pick up the phone and call parents in my real job if I didn't have this job. Just knowing how to approach people and how to keep them happy and excited.
I went back to school to get my teaching license, so I'm doing this in the meantime during the summers, and I hope to continue doing it. It's just been a great way to spend the summers. And I think it really has helped me with my communication skills, being able to talk to parents daily, respectfully, appropriately, all that, and just building relationships with everybody around me. I think that's really helped, and I've seen how that has improved my daily life. So
I love how organized it is, and I love working with kids every single day. I want to be a pediatric nurse, so it's getting me out into the field and learning how to communicate with kids and everything.
Group Study was truly a great event for the entire family. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV. Back in a quiet, unassuming room behind the library, these students are exploring a whole new world of music. Our high school has always been well known for its instrumental and vocal music programs, but with the music tech class, students are given a whole new world of opportunities. Thanks to new grants, the music tech class has been given industry-standard music production tools and software to help students prepare for creating and composing music in the modern world. I got to talk to one of the music technology teachers, Mr. Kinzer, and ask him where the idea for starting this class came from.
A lot of other high schools in the nation are starting to have programs like these, some that are a lot more advanced than what we're getting into so far. So we wanted to also make that opportunity available to our other band, choir, orchestra kids who are involved in music, and we know there are kids out there who maybe weren't involved in those groups, but still have some musical interest, especially in this kind of field.
Mr. Kinzer also outlined some of what the students will be working on this year.
The bulk of our time at the beginning of this year has really been all about creation, the compositional aspect, and in the process learning about various music forms and understanding a little bit how music works. So at the beginning we learned about loops, and basically loops are musical snippets that can be repeated over and over again. So to start off, we're using GarageBand, and GarageBand has a number of these different loops, and using that to create some kinds of things.
With all these tools at the music tech class's fingertips, they're bound to make something amazing. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV.
You will hear things and see things that you will not find elsewhere.
Earlier in the school year, WGLH-TV was given a special opportunity to hear from a veteran journalist, Charles Osgood. Osgood is known for his work in the fields of radio and television. Charles Osgood also has his own radio show called The Osgood File. Charles Osgood's speech was a part of the Jefferson series presented by the New Albany Community Foundation that allowed many schools across Central Ohio to come and hear from Osgood. In addition to hearing him speak, WGLH-TV members were given a free copy of Osgood's book, Funny Letters from Famous People. Some of the speaking points from Osgood's speech are insight on the news business.
You learn something when you're in the news business every single day. It's not just what you learn in school about how to do this, how to talk into a microphone, or how to talk into a television camera.
Osgood's personal experiences.
If they hear you one day, it's likely that the radio will still be tuned to that frequency.
And advice for aspiring journalists.
You're not supposed to get out there and try to convince people that they should do, take the same stands.
Students attending the speech were also given an opportunity to ask Charles Osgood some questions. In addition to all of this, Osgood agreed to play the piano for the audience. Once his speech was over, some of the WGLH-TV members were given a chance to meet with Osgood. During this time, I was able to approach Charles Osgood and ask him what advice he would give to an aspiring journalist.
But there are some people in this business.
My advice to anybody who's thinking about going into the field is do it. You can do it. It doesn't involve superhuman attributes to do it. Although people will be discouraging you all the way. They'll say, well, you're not going to get rich this way, and maybe not, but maybe so. You never know.
Charles Osgood offered a lot of great advice for aspiring journalists, especially aspiring video journalists like the ones here at GLHS. This has been Ben Stemen for WGLH-TV.